on the same page,
Yeah.
literally.
Yep.
Um, Now, this is where you have really good humor um, with
Yeah.
with Krabby and things like that. That's
The
cool. I like animals. I love animals, and as far as a movie is concerned, I think it's important to the character that because he's not really personable
yeah.
because he's so smart and he's got these psychological issues, and people basically think he's weird.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, he's not. He may not be. I mean, he's got a weird name. Again, the best name I've ever heard. Um, and you know, I think you're not going to have a Zac Efron play him. That
Right.
wouldn't fit the character.
Right. Right.
I think this guy has to be, more Napoleon Dynamite than Zac Efron.
I
You
would
know what I mean?
yeah. I had we always go through we always go through a cast in our head. There's always a living cast in our head, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm watching Cobra Kai and I see the kid who plays Hawk, Jacob Bertrand. But this kid, he's got like everything I've been looking for in Dieter Tully. He's in his
How old
20.
is he?
He's I think in real life he's 22. He's 23. So he's like right there. Um, and this is the kid who's dating Peyton List, you know, in real life, and he's but he's in my mind that was the guy that I had in mind
Good.
when I
I
was running through this.
I like the fact that you have an actor in mind. It always makes the um, the writing for me. It makes it very easy. If
Yeah, it
I know
does.
them, and I probably have told you, Ricky Gervais and Adam
Right.
Sandler, these guys that I know, and they're easy to write in their voice because I've heard it so often.
Right.
Um, you know, it's I know what word how they're going to say something was, like you said, sarcastic or something. And I don't know this guy that you're talking about, but you do. And when you see it and you say, "Oh my God, that's my Dieter Tully," that's
Yeah.
fantastic. And he sounds like a cast a person that could be casted. Uh,
Well, he's best friends with Sholo Maridueña, Blue Beetle. Remember the Blue Beetle that came out?
I know the movie. I've not
Yeah,
seen it, but
that's the kid. That's the kid who played Blue Beetle. And these guys, they've got their own podcast called Los Lobos, and they are and so every once in a while I'll dial into that podcast, and it's really funny. These kids are they're really talented dudes.
you're really hip to the current
Trying to
world.
you want to if you got somebody in mind, you want to get the inflections of their voices, and you want to
Exactly what I was saying. Yep.
yeah, and you really
So
want to look and see what they're what they're into, and they're good people. They're good, they're good at,
good.
they're turning out to be really great actors.
I'm going to do some research on him.
Yeah.
Um, but I do love his relationship with the cat and um,
Yeah, that's
interior exterior. The purpose of that is when you have the same basic scene that takes place in and outside of the car. So if you have him coming out of a house and he's well, in this case it's interior first and exterior, but I didn't see anything exterior. Um, other, you have Maxie outside of the car. So I'm not a fan of the interior exterior or exterior
gotcha.
interior, but it's useful when you're doing a shot
Yeah.
where or there's a camera shot, not a liquor shot, where you're shooting inside and outside the car. If
Consecutively. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or one following the other, where you don't have to do another. Bonnie and Clyde get shot on the inside. He falls outside.
Gotcha.
She stayed inside, or something of that nature. So,
Because, yeah,
uh,
I thought I had an exterior. Um,
um,
yeah.
and the voiceover chopping news. Now, some of this stuff may have been. I don't know if I cut and pasted it into final draft. I don't think so, but you're going to see a few things later on that you'll have to tell me if it came from you or if it happened on my watch. Um,
Gotcha.
Console is spelled wrong. Uh, Again,
Yeah.
you're describing an action that can be done in a few words. We
Yeah.
don't have to go into it. He reaches into his console, pulls out his medicine bottle while weaving, you know. So
Just keep it basic and,
you can
short.
cut that down considerably. Come on is not hyphenated. Um, Pops a few pills, great, because we know he's having what we believe is a psychotic event, right?
Yep. Yep.
He's starting to see things, and now it kind of, our mind, at least in my case, it drifted back to the girl at the house when it was on fire.
Right.
So we know, because initially that could be confusing, and it will be confusing. But I think around, if the producer gets to page 5, he starts seeing these things, um, then they may be able to put it together. Um, Dieter's car, we never left his car, so I mean, it's car. He's in his car the whole time, so you're in the interior of the car. There's no need for another scene heading.
Interior dealer's car. Okay.
The state trooper um, doesn't stop him, doesn't do anything, and
State
he
trooper's
slows.
present. I mean, let me ask you about that too, because it I put the state trooper there because I thought, okay, that'd be kind of funny to just put a state trooper, you going through his his dating app, and but Dieter sees him and is scared he's going to get pulled over, that kind of thing. But if if I mean, if I can, would it just make sense to just put, state trooper vehicle? He sees a state trooper vehicle and then slows down, that kind of thing.
I mean, why? Why a state trooper at all